What up, YouTube? Press that like button and hit subscribe. It's time for another episode of Joke Review. And maybe, that's it. Let's just hop right into it. Today, let's see. I have some of my old material. I was summing it up on my cell phone. And if it's your first time seeing us, we love telling jokes. They can't go against TOS. If you want to join us live, it's on Twitch, 7 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Thursday. You can submit it in Twitch, Discord, or Reddit. And, we like to give constructive feedback or tell you that your joke just don't perform that at all. We like to have fun here, and no hate. It's all love. All right, this joke comes from Christian Meme Studios. Where does Darth Vader get his shoes? I don't know if we can keep doing this because it's going to... The Darth Maul. If that can't... That, like, basically makes it to where, like... Hello? Anyways. I don't know. I'm going to have to, like, cut it out. Because I can't have that in every episode. It is funny, though. Oh, yeah, my stuff. I had a brain fart. Okay, so wait. It was... Oh, yeah. I got you guys. Okay, this one's about my buddy from one of my friends from the military at my first command. He was a higher rank than me and somebody that kind of took me under his wing for a little bit. I remember the first week I was at my new command, he pointed over towards the American flag right next to the hotel, and he goes, "You see that over there? That's what we do it for." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, the American flag?" And he's like, "No, man, to get as many sluts as you can in the base hotel." That shit had me pretty dying. Then another time we were standing watch. It wasn't your standard like rover security watch. I know a lot of you don't know what that means. It was just it was like a reefer watch, and we just had to like keep a log and make sure that they weren't being turned off. And so we kind of just stayed there all night and we got to wear whatever clothes we wanted, and we could kind of screw around and just watch TV. But he was like, "Hey, dude, let's put out an ad on Craigslist to try and hook up with chicks." And I was like, "By all means, do that. Nobody's going to respond." And he literally puts out an ad on Craigslist. He's like, "Looking for a BBW woman, 2 men in their 20s, wheel body worship." And I just thought he was joking around, right? He goes, "All right, bro, I got a hit. You want to roll?" And I was like, "What? Are you fucking serious? Hell no. I'm not getting into a threesome with you and some random-ass fat chick. That's disgusting." All right, thank you. That's my time. On to your jokes now. All right, time for y'all's jokes. Let's see what we got. Let's do. We'll start off with 3 a.m. jokes. Yo, boy. I was wondering why the ball kept getting bigger, and then it hit me. Credits to Mirrodin. Jeez Louise, dude. Where do you buy a virtual girlfriend? eBay. Not bad. You could actually perform that on stage. You're going to get groans, not laughs. "Oh, brother, this guy stinks." Why couldn't the hooker have children? The build-up already kind of has me giggling. Because she can't have clients aged under 18. That fucking sucked. Why was there a panic at the disco? Because of all the blood on the dance floor. Those are 2 different bands. That's a stupid joke. Also, I would leave this band off any of your radar because one of them is a pedophile. They literally removed their music from Spotify. But they did have that famous song where it was like, you got me bewitched, and I'm under your spell. Oh. Yeah, one of them's a pedophile. Fuck that band. Well, not the whole. Fuck that guy. The other guy is fine. I invented a female friend of mine. Oh, invited. Holy dyslexia. Moment of silence for my thoughts. I invited a female friend of mine. Sorry. To the cinema. I am paying with my employer's Flexi Pass card. What is that? So we are friends with benefits now. That's actually not a bad joke. I kind of got it. It's like AMC Rewards or some shit. Bro laughs before finishing the joke, even if he doesn't know what's happening. Well, sometimes the setup gets me laugh. Like the word hooker made me giggle, which is sad. That's why it's easier to perform my own jokes and not laugh. How far can I squirt? I don't know. I haven't measured. I love the question, though, Big Probe. I like the name, too. What the fuck? Dude, Twitch is acting like kick tonight. There was another person who popped in and said, if I could date their femboy friend, trust me, it's tight. I'm like, what are we doing? We're back to the old chat, the crazy one, where they're like, milk us, daddy. Yeah, we should have a squirt off, a community squirt off, and we'll see who can squirt the furthest. I'm pretty sure I could at least get, I don't know, 5 feet. Is that like the minimum? My wife ordered a clear casket that ships from abroad. Remains to be seen. Oh, because it's clear. Oh, man. I hated that. Can I be the target? Yes, you can. Thanks for coming out. Of course you can. We'll paint a big red bullseye on you. What do you call the sperm that fertilizes the egg? A kamikaze. I didn't like it. Waterboard me? Oh, man. We're going to waterboard Big Probe it'll become an annual squirt off. Everybody will be like, great squirt this year. Great squirt. Great squirt. Yeah, the doc from Back to the Future will just show up, and that's all he does. Great squirt. My wife ordered oh, we saw that one. It was stupid. You should quit. No, I'm kidding. Who told you were funny? Are you ready for the best fucking night of your life? Shout out Tony Hinchcliffe. I don't know. He doesn't need a shout out. I do like Tony Hinchcliffe. I like Kill Tony. I don't care about politics. I can like people regardless of their politics or religious beliefs. Isn't that strange? Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird, chat? I can like people who have different opinions than me. Isn't that weird? This one's from Jason Toba TV. I used to play piano by ear. Now I use my hands. I use my feet. I had an endoscopy today. Basically, I spent money to give the least romantic and most unpleasant blowjob. What the? You're going to expect the crowd to know what that endoscopy is. I don't get it. I'm not Googling it either because it doesn't sound pleasant. Basically, I'm an idiot. Nah, we'll Google it over here, actually. It better not be porn. Sorry, guys, I'm not a scientist. Or doctor. Although I am a combat lifesaver. And I know CPR. And the Heimlich maneuver. If you're choking and you're not pregnant, I can help. Why? I will read your joke once the punchline's there, too. I can't just sit here and wait for the punchline. There we go. This one is from Boy Wonderful. Why wasn't the salesman allowed near the school? He was a registered sex offender. You really love anti-jokes, don't you? That's a good one, though. Anyways, an endoscopy is a minimally invasive medical procedure where a doctor uses an endoscope, a long flexible tube with a tiny light and camera to view the interior of an organ or cavity. Oh, so it's the tiny camera thing. And I guess they shoved it down their throat. That would be the skinniest penis you've ever blown. So your joke wasn't very funny. Watch. This is bigger than that. Never mind. I can't fit it in my mouth. Good. That says a lot about me. The allegations. Oh, wait. That sounded bad. Now you guys can't think I'm gay. I don't know. What did the alien say at the strip club? I come in peace. Okay, I'm not going to lie. That's a pretty fire-ass joke. That may be one of the best Reddit jokes I've seen. That needs more upvotes. That's a pretty good joke. Oh, don't worry, Alex. This whole thing is being clipped. Whenever I do the jokes, I cut the whole thing, and I'm going to edit it and put it on YouTube. And then I do each individual joke is TikToks. That's the way that I'm going to start doing it moving forward. We're going to do a lot more jokes on TikTok. A lot of the gaming content is like kind of performs whatever. The jokes and the funny videos perform the best. It's because they see right through me. They realize I'm not a pro gamer. My daughter, first off, let's learn how to spell. Oh, yeah, that's the joke. See, I don't like those jokes because they only work when they're typed out. Basically, the joke is my daughter came in 13th in the spelling bee. I have no idea why, and he spelled everything wrong. What's your favorite color? Red. What's your favorite shade? Marlboro. Is this a cigarette joke? I didn't. You know what I mean? Let's see. I think it was a cigarette joke. Okay. Simba was walking way too slow, so I told him to Mufasa. Like move faster? Doesn't work. People keep asking when AI will pass the Turing test. I don't know what that means. Skip. People are going to think I'm fucking dumb. Well, he just doesn't get the joke. I mean, you have to speak to a broad audience. One, I am a higher educated man. I'm pretty well traveled, and I have above average intelligence. Not to toot my own horn, but technically, I'm a genius. So if this is the standard for a genius, the world's fucked. I just want you guys to know that. But my IQ is not very low. And I don't know what a lot of these are, and you need to you literally are speaking to a room full of drunken people most of the time you're doing comedy. Do you think that they're going to know what the Toozer test is or whatever the fuck that was? Or an endoscope? You know what I mean? That's why Tony gets mad at people on Kill Tony for like, well, that was so niche. Or they'll do a reference to like 1940. Or like, okay, well, that's, they'll be like, 16 Candles was a terrible movie. That shit came out in like 1980 something. It's not topical, and it doesn't speak to a broad. I mean, if you're telling jokes at a nerd ass convention or like a medical seminar, then yeah, by all means, do that weird shit. Do that weird shit, please. Please do that weird shit. Love me. I need love. The lack of love has made me cold and emotionless. I am turning into a robot. Discovered a new book today. Sperm on the Blanket by Mr. Completely. We already read that. Oh. Okay, sorry about that. Stop it, Rom. Stop. You guys remember that video? You guys remember that? You ever hear about that shit? What do you call a guy who murders his brother on Christmas? Candy cane. Okay. Not terrible, I guess. It wasn't that funny. Shut the fuck up. You're still effing? Security, have that bitch removed. You're welcome. You're welcome. Why, this is from Josh Smith, why did the coffee file a police report? It got mugged.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Sorry. That was good. I'm trying out other sound bites. This is from Boy Wonderful on Twitch. What has 4 legs and 1 arm? A pit bull on a playground. 4 legs and 1 arm. Is it a child's arm? In its mouth? Or is it his massive ding-dong?
I like turtles.
I don't know why I went with the ding-dong. Holy shit. I had to turn that off. Oh my god, dude. What are we writing? Essays as jokes now? Like, what is this shit? Fine. I'll read them. The ones with good upvotes. Fuck it. We'll read all of them. Fuck it. We ball. An Englishman driving the back roads of Scotland sees a bonny lass. All right, let's do this one with an accent. Nope, we're not doing that. Sees a bonny. I just want to do an Irish accent when I hear the word bonny lass. On the side of the road, waving for him to stop. He stops, gets out, and approaches her to see what is wrong when the burliest Scotsman he's ever seen emerges from the bushes. Before he can say anything, the Scotsman tells him, "Oi, masturbate, or I'll year your head off, you kin." In cowering fear of his life, he somehow manages to do as asked, aided by the sight of the lovely lass, who he stopped to assist. After he finished, he looked up at the giant Scot. "Again, or I'll slice you up from knave to the chaps now." Who the fuck wrote this? Sorry. Fearing for his life, he somehow found the ability to manage one more go. Upon completion, he looked up again at the giant Scot. "Again, ye Tommy Badge. Again, or I'll have your ball bags." There's no way I can do it again. None at all. You'll have to do what you have to do. The giant Scotsman changed his demeanor and said, "All right, now ye can drive my daughter to Aberdeen." Do you guys get it? That has to, like, okay, is anybody from the UK in chat right now? Or anybody on is anybody, okay, do you get it, Christian? What the fuck is that? They have sex with sheep in Aberdeen. Oh, okay. That's the common Aberdeen joke. Okay, so Aberdeen is like Arkansas. Gotcha. It's like where they have sex with their cousins and shit. Except animals, apparently. See, they're like, that's fucking funny. And I'm like, I don't get it. Yeah, we're not reading the long ones. I don't do that for a reason. Holy crap, that was awful. Anyways, one more. We got, not cousin sheep. Okay, I don't know if we have the stereotype that anybody fucks animals in the U.S., but we do the cousin thing. This is the last one from Boy Wonderful. What's the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean? I've never paid to have a garbanzo bean on my face. That's a good one. But you paid to have a chickpea on your face? Anyways, thank you for watching the video, YouTube. Yeah, like and subscribe and check out my other stuff. I love you. I'm a comedian, veteran, and streamer. I have PTSD, anxiety, depression, OCD, all clinically diagnosed. I'm on the spectrum, if you couldn't tell. I don't make this shit up. And if you guys ever want to talk or you're feeling low, hopefully you can watch one of my videos and feel better about yourself. Hopefully I made your day just a little bit better. And my DMs are open if you ever want to reach out. If you feel like you have nobody to talk to, I'll be there for you. I love you, and have a good one. All right, hell yeah, guys. That will do it for